Hi everyone, and welcome to our event platform. We look very much forward to you participating in this year's Wikimedia Summit. The program team has a message for you. And here's a quick rundown of what to actually expect at the Wikimedia Summit. I am Nicole Ebber, and with me is my colleague Niki Zeuner. We are both from Wikimedia Deutschland, and we have Karel Weidler with us today from the Wikimedia Foundation. And Niki and Karel are both members of the program team. Karel, my first question is for you. What is the Wikimedia Summit 2020 going to be about? And why did you choose this year's focus on movement strategy?
So Wikimedia Summit is the affiliate conference, which means that we are bringing together the organizational part of the movement. And since 2017, we have focused on movement strategy. This year, it's going to really focus on the movement strategy implementation. And it's all about learning who is already doing what, but also creating opportunities for collaboration and partnerships across the movement to have even stronger impact. And hopefully we can also create commitment for taking the work forward towards the 2030 during the summit event. Regarding this, I would like to ask Niki in more detail, what are we going to do in our 3 days together? How have we programmed the discussions? So over to you, Niki.
So here's what we're thinking. On day one, we'll have sort of a fair and a mapping exercise. And that will help everyone to connect with everyone else and see what people are doing in their countries and in their communities. And then they can connect for the remainder of the conference. Day two, we'll have the big strategy conversations, the big global movement discussions. So how is our movement governed? How does money flow in and around the movement? And finally, how we're going to structure sort of our affiliate network. Keyword here is hubs. So that's kind of day two. And then on day three, we will have an open format so people can gather around issues and topics and projects that came up over the last 2 days and really kickstart collaboration. So that's an open format, and we're not going to prescribe what's going to be talked about there. So Karel, maybe now that we know what we're doing, can you talk a little bit about who's coming and sort of online and on site?
Yeah, thank you so much. So for a first time, we actually carried through an application process for Wikimedia Summit. This means that everybody who applied could state what are their interests around the movement strategy implementation. And this is a platform for us to start creating connections already now. All these applications are available on Meta to read. And hopefully we can start connecting before the summit, at the summit, and beyond the summit. So regarding the applications, we choose 150 people to participate at the event. We also have up to 200 participants joining us online. So this will be a truly hybrid conference, the first time we are really doing this in Wikimedia movement. And people can participate on the event platform. Also, they will be on site and there will be online participants. So I'm really, really looking forward for all these connections across the globe. This brings me to my question to Nicole. So the summit is not limited only to the programmatic part. What is happening outside of the program?
I guess there's a lot happening outside of the program, but first of all, we want to create a space again for the regional gatherings. That's a tradition for the Wikimedia Summit. On Friday evening, we always brought together people that work on, now they are called hubs, but on regional collaborations together. So this is part of the Friday evening. And then, of course, also after the program ends or before the program even starts, people can gather in the online rooms and in some of the on-site spaces to talk about what they want to work on, to exchange ideas and build their relationships and trust together also outside of the program. And now I have a question for Niki. What are you actually most excited about this year's summit?
Good question. I'm excited about seeing people and connecting for not the first time online, but online and offline with people. And I am also excited about having the opportunity to talk implementation. So we came up with a strategy, published the recommendations, the pandemic hit, and then things are sort of been a little isolating since then. So I'm really excited that we can talk about implementing the strategy together. Oh, and I'm supposed to ask a question to Carl to finish up our conversation today. Do you have 2 tips for people on how to be ready for this conference and what to do?
Yeah. Having been a participant at this conference since 2014, I think there is one key tip, which is a principle about being bold. Ask the questions. If something comes to your mind, do that. If there is a connection you want to make, do that. So make the most of the time we have together. And then there might be a second one that is related to setting you up for success, which is about preparing. So please prepare for the summit. Go through the onboarding materials just to ensure that you bring your best self to the conversations. That's it. See you soon.
See you soon.
Ciao.
Bye.